The market in 2026 is strange. Big, well-known stocks still feel expensive, but under the surface there are tiny companies trading for literal pennies that most investors ignore. That's where a few interesting chances hide. Today, I'm breaking down 3 penny stocks under 25 cents. All 3 are active businesses with real products or platforms. Some even have analyst price targets thousands of percent above today's price. That does not mean they'll get there, but it does mean we should at least understand what the market might be missing. We're not here to chase hype or follow random online picks. We're here to look at what these companies do, what we're paying, and what they could be worth if things go right. If you're serious about building wealth, hit subscribe and tap like so you don't miss future videos. Now, let's get into the first stock. Quince Therapeutics, ticker QNCX, is just another tiny biotech that will never go anywhere. On paper, it looks like that, a 10-cent stock with a market cap of around $5.3 million. But the story here is more focused than many penny biotechs. Quince is a biopharmaceutical company focused on acquiring, developing, and commercializing treatments for rare and often devastating diseases. Their main asset is something called Iridex. It's being developed for a rare pediatric neurodegenerative disease known as AT. AT is an inherited disorder caused by mutations in the ATM gene. It affects movement, the immune system, and leads to serious long-term health problems. There are very few treatment options, which means that if Iridex works, it could fill a major unmet need. Quince is also developing something called the AIDA technology platform. Think of it as a drug plus device system. It uses an automated process to load a drug into a patient's own red blood cells. The setup includes an automated machine called the RCL and a sterile single-use AirEye kit, along with a syringe kit, drugs, and process solutions. So this isn't just a normal pill or injection. It's a platform that could be applied to more than one therapy if it proves successful. The company actually started as Cortexime and rebranded to Quince Therapeutics in 2022. It's based in South San Francisco, right in a major biotech hub. Now let's look at the numbers. The stock recently traded around $0.11 per share, up about 9% on the day referenced. The market cap is about $5.3 million. Trading volume is huge for a stock this small, over 32 million shares that day, with average volume near 89 million shares. That level of activity tells us a lot of traders and speculators are paying attention. Analyst sentiment is cautious, with a consensus rating of reduce. But here's the part that grabs attention. The consensus analyst price target is $7.67 per share, from 10 cents. That implies over 7,000% potential upside according to those models. That does not mean it will happen. Price targets can be outdated, based on past cash positions, or assume optimistic success in trials. But it shows a massive gap between what some analysts once thought this company could be worth and what the market is pricing today. Valuing a company like Quince is tricky because it likely has little or no recurring revenue and no profits. Traditional metrics like price to earnings don't help much. Instead, you think like a business owner. How much cash do they have? How long is their runway before they must raise more money? What is the potential value of Iridex if it gets through trials and onto the market? Can the AIDE platform support multiple therapies and attract partnerships? At a market cap around $5 million, the market is basically saying that the chance of major success is low, or that any success will come with heavy dilution. The bull case is that if Iridex hits key clinical milestones, or if Quince locks in a partnership with a larger pharma company, then today's valuation could be far too low. Rare disease drugs can sometimes reach hundreds of millions in annual sales. The bear case is that trials fail, new funding is hard to get, and they issue tons of new shares at low prices, crushing existing shareholders. Catalysts to watch for Quince include clinical trial updates for Iridex in AT, regulatory news from the FDA or other agencies, partnership or licensing deals with bigger biotech companies, and any strategic alternatives like asset sales or mergers. As an investor, you need to treat Quince as a speculative biotech lottery ticket. It might pay off big if several things go right, but the risk of losing most or all of your money is real. This is not a stock for rent money or core savings. Now let's move to stock number 2, Jet AI, ticker JTAI. You might think this is just a small private jet operator, but the interesting angle is how it's trying to become a technology and platform business in the private aviation space. The stock trades around $0.112 per share with a market cap near $3.9 million. That's tiny, but the company has several products that aim to solve very real problems in aviation. Jet AI runs a booking platform called CharterGPT. This platform helps arrange private jet travel using Jet AI's own aircraft and third-party carriers. In simple terms, it works as a prospecting and quoting engine. Then there is Reroute AI. If you've ever heard of empty legs in private aviation, you know planes often fly back to base with no passengers. That's wasted fuel and wasted time. Route AI tries to solve that by recycling those empty legs into new charter bookings to destinations within certain ranges. If it works well, aircraft utilization goes up and cost per mile go down. They also have a product called DynoFlight, which is an application programming interface or API for aircraft operators. It tracks and estimates emissions and then lets operators buy carbon offset credits. This taps into the trend toward measuring and offsetting carbon footprints, especially in industries like aviation that face environmental pressure. Another piece is Flight Club API. This software lets operators who are certified under FAA Part 135 also function under FAA Part 3 only real rules. In plain English, that means they can sell private jet service by the seat, not just charter entire aircraft. That could open private jet access to more people and make flights more efficient. On top of the software, Jet AI still does the more traditional stuff: aircraft charter, management, and brokerage services. So, from a business owner's perspective, you have both real-world operations and a digital layer that could scale if adoption grows. The numbers show stock under pressure, but still active. At about $0.12 per share and a $3.87 million market cap, the daily volume is over 15 million shares, with average volume above 45 million. Analysts currently rate it as hold, and the consensus price target is an eye-catching $11 per share. From 12 cents, that implies over 9,000% potential upside based on those old targets. Again, this is not a prediction. It just shows how far expectations have fallen. If you own Jet.ai outright, you'd ask simple questions. Can these software products scale with high margins? Is CharterGPT seeing repeat users and solid demand? Are operators actually adopting DynoFlight and Flight Club, or are they just ideas on a pitch deck? How many planes do they manage, and are those operations profitable or simply burning cash? The upside case is that if Jet.ai becomes a key software provider to private jet operators, optimizing empty legs, helping with emissions tracking, and enabling seat-based sales, then the market could reward it with a higher valuation, especially because software usually commands better margins. The downside is that private aviation is cyclical and can get hit hard in recessions. Building software for a conservative industry is slow, and small companies often need to raise cash again and again. Now let's talk about the third stock, Liminatis Pharma, ticker LIMN. This is a preclinical stage immuno-oncology company. That means they are working on new cancer therapies that leverage or modulate the immune system, but they are still at the stage before major human trials. The company was founded in late 2020 and is based in La Palma, California. They are developing novel immune-modulating cancer therapies. There are no approved drugs yet. This is early research and development. From a number standpoint, Liminatis trades around $0.25 per share with a market cap near $7.15 million. Daily trading volume in the example was just under 1 million shares, but the average volume is much higher, over 20 million shares. Analysts currently rate the stock as sell, which signals concern. The 50-day trading range tells us a lot. It has traded as low as $0.23 and as high as $2.05 over a recent period. That's nearly a tenfold swing from low to high. It shows this stock can be extremely volatile, with sharp moves up and down as traders react to any news or even just sentiment shifts. With a preclinical cancer stock, the risk profile is very clear. There is no revenue from products. Everything depends on the science, the pipeline, and the company's ability to secure funding and partnerships. The upside case is that if one of their candidates shows strong preclinical data, gains attention, and moves into clinical trials with backing from a larger partner, a $7 million valuation could end up looking very cheap in hindsight. Oncology deals can be large if the data is impressive. The downside is more common. The science doesn't translate as hoped, the timeline stretches out, investors lose interest, and the company issues new shares at lower and lower prices to stay alive. As a potential investor, you should view Liminatus as pure speculation. You're betting on future trial progress in an area where failure rates are high. Catalysts include announcements of preclinical study results, progression into phase 1 human trials, any collaboration or licensing deal with big pharma, and financing moves. Each of these events can swing the share price wildly. A positive update can create short-term spikes, while dilution or weak data can crush the stock. This is the kind of play that belongs, if at all, as a very small slice of a diversified portfolio. The market is a voting machine driven by emotion, hype, and fear. In the long term, it's a weighing machine, rewarding real value and real cash flows. Your edge is to stay disciplined, understand what you own, and respect risk. If you found this breakdown helpful, hit like, tap subscribe, and share this with someone who's always chasing penny stock tips. Invest wisely, stay focused on what matters, and I'll see you in the next one.